breaking the sound barrier once more like an absolute hero against the tides of death. Supersonic mushroom! Anyway, back in Acting Better Than Ev, doing a good old-fashioned Hpal guide in the trash within. New WoW expansion. Can't wait to torture myself with this one. Can't wait to do that. Anyway, let me go over some talents so you guys can get above 1,000 rated. Yeah, you can still even do that, but well, a lot of the talents are the same. There's a few new ones. Of course, there's the middle talents. I'm only 74, so. And the legendary 2 gifted subs by Flurpy Purpy. And you shall suck up that delicious Kool-Aid, if the purple Kool-Aid of light, if it's the last thing you ever do. Buddy, stop gifting me subs. It's completely useless. You're just donating so Bald Bezos can shine his head. Okay, so in the Holy Talent tree, let's look at this one. So we got most of the same talents. The improved Cleanse, Aura, Concentration Aura, plus Devotion Aura. These are the same as before. Oh, they're all useless. Obviously, you can change between Rep and Blinding Light, Divine Steed, Maestro Sprint. Maestro Sprints around the world and back again. Obviously, you want Rebuke. I put Big Damn Judge in if you're not going to put in Improved Blessing and Protection, because the games don't last long enough for you to even need a 60-second less, but it depends. I'm not sure how long the games will go now, so you can maybe take out this for this. Obviously, Sack being 15 seconds less. It's only 15 seconds less now? What? What? Dude, they made... Why, Blizzard? Why? They increased Sack's... Wasn't Sack a 1-minute cooldown before? Now it's a 2-minute cooldown? Sack is already the most useless ability of all time, and now it's a 2-minute cooldown, and you only have one charge. You only had one charge before, but I think it was 1-minute cooldown, wasn't it? Maybe it was fucking 2 minutes, who knows? Oh, shit, I swore by accident. God damn it, man. Now I'm not gonna get ad revenue on this. I needed that $3 in ad revenue, man. God, I hate WoW so much. There's nothing good about this shit game. Never played this god-awful game, man. Judgment of Light, trash. I mean, there's no good talents for you to go in because they don't ever make anything new or useful. So it's literally the same dog shit talents as before. You could obviously change out Judgment of the Light for War to Glory, grants a 20% armor bonus if you're fighting like melee DPS. Yeah, but obviously for spellcasters it's useless. And then of course the Blessing of Dawning Dusk and Divine Toll, same talents as before. And then we got a couple new talents here, like for Divine Fave, when you go Barrier of Faith. That's what actually gives you your Divine Fave. So whenever you press Barrier of Faith, it gives you Divine Fave, and then it goes into this Dawnlight. You can choose Herald of the Sun or Lightsmith. Lightsmith doesn't really have that great of talents at all. I don't know, you might be able to use these talents. But the beginning ability seems okay. Will the light to coalesce? I am the light! Will the light to coalesce and become manifest? I haven't been able to try these out though. Wielded by your friendly. While wielding a Holy Blower, gain an absorption shield for 15% of your maximum health and additional 2% for every 2 seconds. So, while wielding a sacred weapon, your spells and abilities have a chance to deal 28,000 additional holy damage or healing to nearby targets. Effect is increased by sacred strikes, a single target and reduced. So I don't understand, like, even how this works at all, because it makes no sense. So I don't know if you put the Holy Bulwark on somebody and then it just, like, I don't know if you can only use it on yourself. It looks like you can use it on other people. Wielded by your friendly target, so maybe you can't even use it on yourself. No, I'm guessing you probably can. While wielding a sacred weapon. How do you have a sacred weapon or not? What does that even mean? While wielding a sacred weapon, your spells and abilities have a chance to deal 23,000 additional holy damage or healing. I'm not sure how you get a secret. I don't know if it just registers your regular weapon as a sacred weapon, or you get to choose between them. I don't know. But it seems like these things aren't that great. Imbue your weapon with the power of the light, increasing your stamina by 3% and causing your holy power abilities So sometimes unleash a burst of healing. I don't know how much that will be. A 1.9-second cast. Like what? It's like a buff. Imbue your weapon with the power of light, increasing your armor by 5%. So I'm not even... So there's 2 charges on this thing. I'm not even sure how it works. I haven't tried it out yet. Casting a holy power ability increases the damage and healing of your next Crusader strike. That's complete garbage. For holy, I guess it's okay for melee wings, but still not good. For a holy power ability, cast for your next cons down deals what? For each holy power ability cast, your next cons deals. Okay, that's complete and utter garbage. Anything that has to deal with cons down for max damage is the most garbage thing of all time. Enemies within 8 yards of Hammer of Justice are slowed by, that's complete garbage. While wielding an armament, the duration of fear effects is reduced by 50%. I mean, so you pop an armament before, and there's 1 minute recharge, so you have this over 30 seconds. And it lasts for 20 seconds and 20 seconds. I don't know, maybe this could be good. Your spells and abilities have a chance to manifest a holy armament for a nearby ally. I have no idea if this stuff is going to be good or not. When an armament fades from you, the cooldown of your lay on hands, that's complete. No, I mean, all these talents are pretty bad. Consuming infusion of light reduces the cooldown of holy armors. Infusion reduces. So when you when you use an infusion of light, which holy light gives you 150% extra healing. So, and then when you cast the holy light, it gives you 150% more healing or 60% less mana on your flash of light. And then, so that would have reduced my holy armament by 6 seconds. Judgment critical strikes have a shockwave around the target dealing. I mean, that's terrible. Man, this is probably pretty terrible. The only good part would be this, the holy armaments, and then maybe this. The effect of your active aura is increased by 33% on the targets within your armaments. I mean, that's garbage too, because 33% is only one more percent damage reduction. So bad. Like, what are these awful talents? Avenging Wrath summons an additional sacred weapon, and during Avenging Wrath, your sacred weapon casts spells on your target and echoes the effects of your holy power. That could be good, but the rest of the talents are complete garbage. It just seems like Herald of the Sun is better in general, just to do way more healing. Because casting your Holy Prism or Barrier of Faith causes your next 2 holy power spinning abilities to apply Dawnlight on your target, dealing 100 radiant damage. So if you want Dawnlight to do damage, you're going to have to use Denounce or Shield of Righteousness if you're not using Denounce. And, so what happens is I press that. That gives me the Dawnlight proc. And then obviously I have to get 3 holy power. And then when I get 3 holy power, I press my WOG. And then it gives me 32,000 healing. And that crits for 91,000. That's like 10% of my health every tick for 8 seconds. And then I get another charge of that. So, and then I get another thing that empowers my Dawnlight to do even more healing. And then, of course, Eternal Flame, which heals me for like 30 seconds. And the Maestro can't find his talents because Blizzard makes it impossible to do literally anything. So then Eternal Flame, it replaces Word of Glory. So not only does it do healing, it does additional healing over 16 seconds. So you can put a hot on yourself. So if you get swapped to, you can put a hot on yourself and a kidney shot and pair it with Dawnlight. So you can WOG yourself before a kidney shot or something and heal yourself a pretty good amount before when the kidney shot lands. And your healing on yourself is increased by 25%, so it can do it even more healing. This one, this stacks up every 2.5 seconds. Your next Dawnlight healing is increased by 5%, stacking up to 10 times. So whenever I press my thing, this is already at 50%. So when I get 3 holy power, I can use my Dawnlight. It does 50% more. So it can do an insane amount of healing. And then I put movement speed increased by 5%. When your health is brought below 35%, your movement speed is increased by 40% for 5 seconds. I hate WoW so much I can't even get through this video. I hate it so much. It makes me want to fucking... Dude, it's actual torture. I don't know how anyone wants to play this dog shit game. This is way better than this because Dawnlight reduces the movement speed of enemies by 50%. The only way you can get Dawnlight on the target is by using Denounce. So you'd have to cast a Denounce to get it on your target, so it's just not worth it. Having your movement speed increased by 5% is always good, and then when your health is brought below 35%, your movement speed is increased by 40%, which can be really good to get away. So I think that one's going to be better overall. Obviously, you're going to put it in this 5% increased Holy Shock. Your damage and healing over time effects have a chance to increase your next healing of your Holy Shock by 200%. That's pretty good. Dawn Light leaves an eternal flame for 6 seconds on allies or greater judgment on enemies when it expires or extends. Dawn Light leaves an eternal flame for 6 seconds on allies or a greater judgment on enemies. That could be good too. Dawn Light leaves an eternal flame. So the eternal flame stays on you for 16 seconds. For 6 seconds on allies or greater judgment on enemies when it expires or extended. So that would give you an extra 6 seconds of it. So it would really be 22 seconds of it. That could actually be really good. But Holy Shock being increased by 200% is a lot. I'm not sure. Maybe this versus dot comps. So you can just have insane Dawn Lights on everyone. Holy Shock and Light of Dawn. You're not going to ever use Light of Dawn still, though, because Light of Dawn does no healing. Critical strikes cause the target to be healed for additional. That's pretty good. Your haste is increased by 2% for 12 seconds each time you apply. That's not very good because you only have 2 Dawn Lights every 25 seconds, so you can really only. For 12 seconds each time you apply Dawn Light. Your haste is increased by 2%. You can only increase your haste by 4%, I think, so it's complete trash. After you cast Holy Prism or Barrier of Faith, you get Divine Purpose. That can be good because you can pair that 15% more healing with all the buffs together. Light of Dawn and Holy Shock now have a 15% chance to cast again at 30% effectiveness. I mean, obviously that's pretty good. And then during Avenging Wrath or Avenging My Satyr, become linked to your Dawn Lights, causing 6,000 radiant damage to enemies or 4,000 healing to allies that pass through the beams. Activating Avenging Wrath before it applies 4 Dawn Lights onto nearby allies or enemies. That could be really good. So yeah, I think Herald of the Sun will be better. Potentially Lightsmith can be semi-decent. And now a couple more talents. I think Melee Wings could be good because it seems like you're doing a decent amount of healing with Melee Wings. I'm not sure if Maestro's Deliverance will be that good. It seems like it might be, but you could potentially go into this. So if I were to take out this talent and this talent, I could go into like this one and this one, or this one and this one, or this one and this one. This one is Word of Glory and Light of Dawn have a chance to equal to your haste to reduce the cost of your next Holy Light, Crusader, Strike, or Judgment. So that could help a lot with mana potentially, but not really because it's only 372. Never mind, it's actually complete garbage, I think. Yeah, it's actually complete garbage. Never mind. That's actually so bad. Oh my god. Because these spells are actually insane amounts. Okay, that's so bad. Alright, so I guess Judgment empowers your next Word of Glory to automatically activate a Light of Dawn. I mean, Light of Dawn doesn't really do much healing. Crusader Strike reduces the cooldown of Holy Shock and Judgment. The thing is, you have so many Holy Shocks and Judgments during Melee Wings that you don't have enough globals anyway. So I don't think that's better because when you have Melee Wings up, you don't have enough globals anyway. You already use you have too many Holy Shocks. And when you have Sanctified Wrath here, Call upon the light and become an avatar Retribution for 25 seconds reduces Holy Shock's cooldown by 50%. So when you pop Melee Wings, your Holy Shock is already reduced by 50%. So I don't think you need that. That's the thing that people are saying not to go into Maestro's Deliverance, but they're all delusional inbred mongrels with an IQ of a negative guppy. So they don't know anything and they're completely delusional, obviously. So, and after casting Avenging Crusader, your next two Holy Shock cast additional 2 times. After casting Divine Tolls, your next 2 Holy Shocks cast 2 additional times. You could potentially use this, but what are you going to take out for? You're going to take out extending your Maestro's Deliverance? I don't know, and it seems like Maestro's Deliverance does a semi-decent amount of healing. Like, it still does a decent amount of healing, and then you can still extend it. So I'm not sure why you wouldn't want this. It could be a big recovery tool. I don't know. And then, of course, with your Dawn Lights, the annoying thing about this, of course, is getting your Barrier of Faith up. The fact that you have to use Barrier of Faith in there to get a Divine Fave up. So it's kind of weird how it works. you get your Divine Faith up by using Barrier of Faith, and you get your Dawn Lights up by using Barrier of Faith. So all your thing comes from Barrier of Faith, which is actually really annoying. I don't like that at all. One good thing, the only really good thing about Holy Pally now is your Blessing of Winter is off cooldown, off global, so you can use that automatically. So, yeah, like when you pop Melee Wings, you just have infinite, like, see how I have too much Holy Power? I can't even use a Wog while getting my Holy Shocks out. So I just have too much Holy Power. Like, I have all this Holy Power, and I want to use Wog, plus I want to use Denounce, plus I want to use Holy Shock, and I can't use any of the things that I want to use. I think Paladin is terrible. Paladin is just set up so insanely bad. So, I don't know. But I think this spec is going to be better, obviously, than the Lightsmith, but we'll see. I don't know. When I get gear and stuff, I just don't want to even play. I hate this game. I just want a high-paying job. I need to go to the Bureau of High-Paying Jobs and fucking oust ass-mile hair-ass. But, yeah, that's the Maestro's Legendary Guide of Light. The Maestro will never give up in this world. Donate to the Maestro on his last stand of victory. If it's the last thing ye ever do. Donate to the Maestro for a better life.